Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dive into the exciting world of corporate filings. Today we're cracking open Calix's latest report, and let me tell you, it's less about killer products and more about, well, let's just say some votes that didn't quite go as smoothly as they could have. Stick around, because we're going to break down what this means. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can chat with other investors and nerds about the stuff we find. This report is dated May 8, 2025, so it's fairly recent. It's an 8K filing which companies use to announce major events. In this case, it's all about what happened at Calix's annual meeting of stockholders. Basically, this section is about the votes that happened at the annual meeting. Stockholders, that is, the people who own shares in the company, get to vote on important things. This section tells us what they voted on and how the votes went down. First up was electing directors. Directors are like the bosses of the company. They make big decisions, so stockholders voted on who they wanted on the board, which is the group of directors. The nominees were Michael J. Berry, Christopher J. Bowick, and Kira Makagon. Let's look at the numbers for Michael J. Berry. He got almost 49.5 million votes for, about 537,000 votes withheld, and over 10 million broker non-votes. What does all that mean? For is obvious. People wanted him on the board. Withheld means people didn't support him but didn't actively vote against him. Broker non-votes are a bit trickier. It basically means some brokers holding shares for clients didn't vote on this issue because they didn't get instructions from their clients. Christopher J. Bowick got roughly 43.3 million votes for and a much larger 6.7 million votes withheld, with the same 10.3 million broker non-votes. Kira Makagon was closer to Michael Berry with 46.9 million votes for and 3 got elected, but Bowick had significantly more withheld votes than the others, which may be a sign of some investor dissatisfaction. Next, there was a vote to approve an update to the company's stock plan. This plan is used to give employees stock as part of their compensation. The proposal was to increase the number of shares available under the plan by 4 million shares. This is important because it lets the company attract and keep talent by offering them a piece of the company. The vote was 32.7 million for, 17 million against, and about 267,000 abstained, with the same 10.3 million broker non-votes. The proposal passed, but the high number of votes against is something to notice. It means a significant chunk of shareholders didn't think increasing the stock plan was a good idea. Maybe they thought it would dilute of their existing shares too much. Dilution just means that the current shareholders would own less of the company compared to how much they did before. Effectively, their piece of the pie gets smaller. The third proposal was about the stock purchase and matching plan, which is a plan where employees can buy company stock, and the company matches a portion of their purchase. This vote was to approve reserving 1.25 million shares for this plan. These plans are often seen as good for company morale because it incentivizes employees to think long-term for the company, but they can also cost the shareholders some money. This one passed with 40.8 million votes for, nearly 9 million votes against, and 237,000 abstained, with again the 10.3 million broker non-votes. The level of against votes is significant, but it passed nonetheless. Then came the vote on executive compensation, which is basically a vote on whether stockholders think the company's top executives are being paid fairly. This vote is non-binding, meaning the company doesn't have to act on it, but it's a good way to gauge investor sentiment. The results: 36.9 million votes for, 12.7 million votes against, and 325,000 abstained, and still the same 1035,000 abstained, and still the same 10% of shareholders aren't happy with how much the top executives are making. Finally, there was a vote to ratify KPMG LL as the company's auditor. Auditors check the company's financial statements to make sure they're accurate. This is kind of like double checking that the company isn't lying to investors. This one passed easily with 59.8 million votes for, only 98,000 votes against, and 301,000 abstained. This is a routine vote and it's rare for it to fail. Now, zooming out, here's what I see. While all the proposals passed, the significant number of against votes on the stock plan increase, and executive compensation is a red flag. It shows that a good portion of shareholders are concerned about how the company is managing its stock and how much it's paying its executives. This could lead to trouble down the road if the company doesn't address these concerns. One of the main weaknesses here is the high amount of shares that abstained from voting. It clearly shows that a big portion of shares is held by people who are not actively participating in the company. Alright, that's our breakdown of Calix's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.